Good morning, students. In the last video lecture, we have learnt about meaning of the term project, definition of the term project, its basic characteristics, other characteristics, and then about classification of projects we have discussed in detail. Classification of projects is also regarded as the taxonomy of the project. Don't be confused with the terms given in the question paper. When the question is on taxonomy of projects, you will write about the basic and other characteristics of projects in brief, and then you will write about the classification of projects on a different basis. Now today, let us move on to the next very important aspect, that is project risk. In the day-to-day life, so many times we use the term risk. Our life is exposed to risk, we say. Our properties are exposed to risk, we say. So the term meaning of risk is the possibility of loss. But keep it in your mind, in every risky situation, there are two possibilities. There is the possibility of profit as well as there is the possibility of loss. But there is a fear or threat about the profit or about the gain. So in every risky situation, there are two possibilities, possibility of success or possibility of failure. So now let us discuss about the meaning of the term project risk. The term has been defined differently by many authorities. Generally, the term project risk is defined like this. Project risk refers to threats to project success. There is a fear about the success of the project. That means project may be successful, project may be successful, or project may not be successful, project may fail. Or project risk can also be defined as being exposed to the possibility of a bad outcome. It is an uncertain event wherein there is the possibility of a good outcome as well as the possibility of a bad outcome. So project risk means being exposed to the possibility of a bad outcome, bad result may arise, project may fail, or project may be successful also. So the term project risk is defined like this. Project risk means threats to project success or being exposed to the possibility of a bad outcome, or according to Project Management Institute, a project risk is an uncertain event that if it occurs has a positive or negative effect on the prospects of achieving project objectives. Project risk means an uncertain event. There is no certainty anywhere. Anything may happen at any time, even while taking up a project. Even in our day-to-day life also, anything may happen at any time. That is why we say that life is exposed to risk. Properties are exposed to risk. There is uncertainty everywhere. So project risk means an uncertain event, and if it occurs, it has both positive or negative effect on the possibility of achieving project objectives. When you are exposed to risk, you may be able to achieve your objectives. You may be successful in achieving the project objective, or that uncertain event may prevent you from achieving the project objectives. You may not be successful in achieving the project objectives. So Project Management Institute has defined the term project risk like this. an uncertain event that if it occurs has a positive or negative effect on the prospects of achieving project objectives. So when you go through this definition, you come across three different aspects in this definition. First one is uncertain event. Risk means the possibility of profit or loss in an uncertain event. An event may occur that event happening of that event itself is uncertain. An event may happen or an event may not happen. That is called as uncertainty. While doing project work, an event may occur or an event may not occur. You may be required to face certain challenges or you may not be required to face certain challenges. An event may take place or may not take place. That is called as an uncertain event. Say for example, tomorrow it may rain or it may not rain. Tomorrow one may fall sick or may not fall sick. One may get infected by COVID-19 or one may not get infected by COVID-19. Similarly, whether temperature may drop down to certain level or may not drop down to certain level. These are all the examples for uncertain event. And because of that uncertain event, you may get positive effect or you may get benefited out of it or you may face certain adverse effects. For example, if you do not fall sick tomorrow, it is an advantage on your part. It is beneficial. You get benefit. That too, you get lots of benefit when you are healthy. But if you get into some sort of health issues, you will face so many problems, so many adverse effects will occur. So, in an uncertain event, there are two possibilities. That event may be favorable to you or that event may bring certain losses to you. It has two aspects here, positive as well as negative. Similarly, when a project is at risk, its objectives are at stake. That means it affects its objectives. You may not be able to achieve your objectives as planned by you. It may delay the achievement of objectives. You may need more time to complete your project work or to achieve your objectives. So, when we go through the definition given by Project Management Institute about the term project risk, we come across these three important aspects in that definition. And the definition goes like this. Project risk is an uncertain event that if it occurs has a positive or negative effect on the prospect of achieving project objectives. So, in simplest words, project risk means threats to project success. Threat means fear, or it can also be defined as being exposed to the possibility of a bad outcome. There may be the chances of incurring certain losses due to the happening of certain event. Certain event may put you under losses. You may be required to face certain bad outcomes. That is called as project risk. And there are different kinds of risk. There are different types of financial risk. There are different kinds of non-financial risk. What are these financial risks? Financial risk arises mainly on account of employment of capital in the project. The risk that you are facing due to employing your funds in project activities is called as financial risk. It may take the form of legal risk or market risk or liquidity risk or even foreign exchange rate risk and so on. Non-financial risk means risk arising on account of other factors besides the risk that you face on account of employment of capital in the project. You face a risk due to so many other factors. Those risks come under the category of non-financial risk. So let us discuss about each type of risk in detail. The term itself gives the meaning of each type of risk here. Design risk, as the very name indicates, design risk arises on account of poor planning or poor design. Project manager or project owner and his team have failed to prepare a good plan for their project. Poor designing results in risk. Poor design may put you in losses. Similarly, implementation risk. Implementation risk arises on account of wrong implementation of a plan. Failure to implement the design or plan successfully, or disruptions or problems during the process of implementation of your plans may put you in trouble. That is called as implementation risk. And operational risk, as the very name indicates, operational risk arises on account of internal factors. That means failures in internal processes, internal people, internal systems and so on. And environmental risk arises on account of adverse impact of a project on the environment or on the society. For example, air pollution, water pollution or waste management and so many other issues, deforestation and so many other issues. Adverse impact of project on the environment. Finance risk, as the very name indicates, arises on account of employment of funds, employment of capital in the project, variation in the interest rate or failure to convert the assets into cash within a short period of time may put you in trouble, or variation in the exchange rate risk or due to market risk you may be required to incur losses. That is called as financial risk. Then interest rate risk. Interest rate risk arises on account of variation in the interest rates of bonds or debentures or certain other credit instruments. Credit instruments are used for borrowing funds for the project. So variations in the interest rate may result in interest rate risk. And structural risk arises due to the changes in the economy itself, due to price movements in the economy, due to inflationary conditions or deflationary conditions in the economy. Certain risk may arise. When the economy is not healthy, we say that economy is not healthy. When the economy is not moving in favor of the project that you are undertaking, you may be required to face a certain risk that is called as structural risk. Then human resource risk, as the very name indicates, this risk arises due to factors relating to laborers, like non-availability of human resources or laborers, non-availability of skilled laborers, or labor absenteeism, or retrenchment of employees, or employees leaving a job without giving any notice. Due to such reasons, you may face certain problems or you may face certain risk that is called as human resource risk. And execution risk arises when the project manager and team is not successful in the execution of plans prepared. When the plans implemented do not produce the expected results, we say that it is due to execution risk. They have failed in the execution of the plans. So execution risk arises due to failure in implementing or executing the plans. Then management risk arises due to inefficiency of management, underperformance of the management. Management people are not efficient enough to manage the things. So project may face certain risk that is called as management risk. And technology risk arises due to failure in the implementation of technology or certain technical issues relating to the technology implemented in the factory or implemented in the project. Similarly, disruption risk arises due to certain natural factors like natural calamities, for example, flood, earthquake, or due to certain man-made factors like economic crisis. So these are all the different types of risk to which a project is exposed. So go through this risk today, remaining types of risk and relating to the very common project risk. Let us discuss in the next video lecture. Have a very nice day, dear students. Hope all of you are serious about your studies and all are doing your assignment work on time. Wish you all the best. See you all. Thank you.